Hello, my name is Sunshine Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. And I wanted to talk about Trump and the Iran situation and possibly World War III. Now, I just want to start out by saying that a long time ago, probably like 7 months ago, maybe a year ago, I posted a video on my channel and it's called it was a short, actually. It's a short. And I asked that, is the U.S. going to go to war? And I said yes, but in 3 years. I posted that short a year ago. And we still have 2 more years to go. Now, when I first read about the U.S. bombing Iran, I did do a reading, but I didn't record it. I did it for myself because I am in the U.S. and I wanted to see like what the fuck is happening, what's going on, right? And in the reading, it did come up that Iran and the U.S. this isn't going to be the start of a war. As a matter of fact, I do think that that bombing was planned. First off, the moon card came out and automatically that signified that there was some deception going on when it came to the situation. It was either that Trump lied about bombing Iran, or the whole thing was planned and it was supposed to provoke fear in us. Regardless of the case, if it did actually happen, one, the U.S. is a bully, because that also came out. The U.S. is a huge bully because Iran is seen as weak by the U.S. For some reason, I don't know. I hated history class, okay? I don't read up on these things. I don't know nothing about war. I don't know nothing about any of that shit, okay? I hated history class. But for some odd reason, the U.S. sees Iran as weak. And 2, I don't think that this is going to result in a war with Iran. Or I don't think it's going to result in a World War III either. It's not. It's going to take some time, especially when it comes to World War III. It's going to take some time to occur. And I do think that we still have time. Like I said, 2 years. We have time. And it also came out in the reading that Trump is so immature. I honestly feel like people have deflated his ego. I feel like his ego took a huge hit recently, and it could have been when everybody was fucking making fun of him when he slipped on them jet stairs, okay? And the media has been emasculating him recently, and that made him feel some type of way. And so when he feels some type of way, he makes dire decisions such as bomb a fucking country. And I honestly think that this nigga need to get out of office. And full disclosure, I will say I did not vote. And I regret that decision. I didn't vote because, again, like I said, I hated history class. I hate talking about politics. We could talk about it all day, but when I take a liberal standpoint and I say the bigger picture is this whole thing is very divisive. And I honestly feel like politicians divide us all day long and then fucking talk to each other, laugh and kiki over a fucking bottle of whiskey or champagne, and they let us just fight all day long. I honestly think that that's what the fuck happens behind closed doors. And for that reason, I'm not going to give them the satisfaction and be running frantic like a fucking headless horseman. Like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to vote like fuck y'all. Like, I'm not going to play this game with y'all. However, I have to realize that not everybody thinks that way. And nothing is going to change if little old me just decides to boycott a fucking the election and not go to the polls. That's not going to change anything. And so I might as well just play the game and pick the lesser of two evils instead of just not do anything at all. Because not doing anything at all serves as a more greater detriment to myself. And so I did take my ass to the DMV and I registered to vote. I did. And now I'm officially registered to vote. And so when it comes midterm elections, oh, best believe I'm going to take my ass to them polls. Oh, best believe it. Because this is getting ridiculous out here. And once I genuinely understand, I've only been in Trump's energy a few times. And once I genuinely understand what this motherfucker is really about, it's really giving, he needs his ass beat. That's what it's giving. It's really, and it serves that person right. Whoever tried to shoot him serves them right. Because it serves them right. Because this is really ridiculous. And on top of that, this nigga is a felon. He's a felon. Do you know what this means? This changes the whole like, that's crazy. That's crazy. After he serves, a felon can be let into office. And on top of that, I was about to say something else. I forgot what I was about to say. Shit. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Just that quick. Oh. Also, you know how many unconstitutional things have taken place since Iran has been struck by the U.S.? How the fuck? And people are saying that he doesn't need congressional approval to declare war. People are saying that, but it's also stated that in order to declare war, you need the approval of Congress. So he went and did this behind Congress's back. According to the Congress people, he went and did this behind their back. And then he's just been doing a whole bunch of shit without consulting with the checks and balances first. Now I know about them checks and balances now, okay? Because that was the most interesting thing about politics and democracy in history class, was them checks and balances and the three branches, period. And I know about them checks and balances. Why the fuck? He's been doing all this shit. He has not been following the rules when it comes to the Constitution, when it comes to his checks and balances as a president. Why are we drawing the line at going through the whole fucking, just impeaching his ass? Why are we drawing the line at just impeaching his ass without going through the process of doing it? And like, they've been trying to impeach him forever now. I feel like, as a president, if he's not following rules as a president, we should not follow the rules of impeachment and just impeach him right then and there. I don't give a fuck. Just impeach him. Just kick him out. We don't need to go through no process of nothing. Just kick him out. Because again, because you have to understand, if we weren't alive, if we weren't going to work, if we weren't setting our alarms at 6 o'clock in the fucking morning to make money for the white man, if we weren't doing all of this, if we weren't alive, they would be out of a job. I feel like, first off, we need to understand that. We need to understand that because they know that, but we don't. And how I know that we don't understand that we're so stuck in the mindset of, oh my gosh, like we're just so stuck in a perpetual state of fear. That just goes to show that we don't know that we have the power. And it's like, bro, like this nigga will be out of office tomorrow. And people would just wake up and realize that we have the power. How the fuck, and I might sound so insensitive right now. And this may sound so fucked up, but it's the truth. How the fuck did it take the fact Roe versus Wade for bitches to, like, how did it take? Why did it take for you to almost not be able to kill a child to realize that you had the power? The way the women was sprawled out across the fucking downtown LA streets protesting for their abortion rights. The way they were so hell-bent on their abortion rights And guess what? Roe versus Wade got overturned because they were sprawled out on that downtown LA streets causing havoc. It took that. I can't believe it took that for y'all to realize that y'all had the power all along. And again, why are we drawing the line at abortion rights? Why are we drawing the line? And that just goes to show that the government won. The powers that be won. Because that's another divisive issue that they love to keep y'all fighting over. Abortion rights. They won. You put your life out on the line. You risk getting sprayed. You risk getting maced by the fucking police for abortion rights. And I 100% agree with fighting for your body. I really do. I really appreciate that. But why can't we fight about everything else? Our lives. Why can't we fight about everything else? And not ourselves, not each other, them. And how many times have we pulled out our Twitter fingers for this orange ass, old ass nigga? And nothing, and he's back in office. He's back in office, mind you. How many times have we gotten on social media complaining about this ugly ass nigga and he's still back in office? Something's gotta give. And I'm waiting for y'all to realize that pulling out y'all Twitter fingers is not going to do anything anymore. It's not going to do anything anymore. Y'all need to go back on that downtown LA street and sprawl yourselves on the ground, on the fucking crosswalk, stopping traffic in order to get this nigga out of office. And if not, y'all need to fucking raise a GoFundMe and get this nigga El Chapo out of jail. So he could shoot his ass. So he could shoot Trump. Like, please, like, we need to band together and get El Chapo out of jail. Like, it's getting crazy out here. It's getting crazy out here. You know that they were going to shut down my school? They were going to shut down my trade school because of him. And mind you, this is a trade school where majority of the students are homeless. They live there, they eat there, they shower there. They're residents there. And if that program closed down, so many kids, so much youth will be out of a house and a home and some food and a shower. He said, oh, I'll fund other trade schools, just not that one. What? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. What? And I understand that there's a method to the madness because Trump is for white and rich. Trump is for white and rich. If you ain't those two things, it's sayonara. Anyways, I say all that to say, we're not going to go to war because the U.S. bombed Iran. We're not, okay? That was a ploy. All right? And also, go out and vote, please. I really hate Trump. I really did. At first, I was neutral. I'm not going to lie. I was neutral. Because again, for a multitude of reasons. Because I didn't understand politics as much as I should have. In order to just be voting all willy-nilly, honestly. And I'm the type of person where I want to make my own decision. I don't want anybody to influence my opinion of nothing or no one. I want to make my own judgment on things. And so, because I'm hearing so many different things from different people, I'm being pulled all sorts of directions. I said, you know what? I'm just not going to vote. That's my decision. That's how I stay in control of the situation. I'm just not going to vote because I say so, right? But then when I see the content of this orange nigga's character, it's giving, I should have voted. That's what it's giving, you know? And so once midterm elections start, best believe I'm finna be in the polls because this is getting ridiculous. And I just might cuss his ass out via ink and pen. via pen and paper. I just might cuss his ass out and mail it off and send it to the fucking White House. Because at this point, I'm tired. I'm tired. He could get this verbal lashing. Sorry, I crashed out, y'all. I'm not gonna pull any cards because I feel like I've already said what I need to say. I've already pulled enough cards on Trump. I've already pulled enough cards on the U.S. and whether it's gonna go to war or not. It is, but just not right now. And Biden is motherfucking got 1.5 foot in the grave, and it's getting ridiculous out here. I'd rather have Biden have been in office than Trump. And I think I did a reading when it comes to the founding fathers, and for some odd reason, the founding fathers like Trump. They like Trump better than Biden. They feel like Biden is not fit to lead, but Trump is, and I understand why. Because Trump stands for what the founding fathers had believed in: upholding the white and the wealthy. That's exactly what the fuck the founding fathers believed in, and so does Trump: upholding the white, reserving the white and the wealthy. It's not about who could, unfortunately, it's not about who can rule better, who has the most morals. It's about, do you share my beliefs? And if you do, who's going to carry out those agendas? Who's going to carry out those agendas that correspond to my beliefs? Who's better at it? That's what it's about. And it's unfortunate. But hey, I'm going to focus on what I can control. And that is, and right now, that's my voting, my vote. So yeah. I appreciate y'all listening to my rant. If y'all made it this far, you a real one. Make sure you subscribe, please. Like the video. I mean, if you want, no pressure. I really appreciate if you do though. But, sorry. I crashed out. I'm sorry. But I feel so strongly about this because I'm past pointing the fingers at our political leaders. I'm past that. It's us that keeps us stuck on this hamster wheel. Like it's us. Because when is the vast majority going to wake up and realize that all of this will be over tomorrow? If we take our power back, you know? But people are so scared. And I understand. I understand completely. Because I would be too. But it's getting to a point where, is it you or them? Are you going to choose you? Or are you going to choose them? Make them feel comfortable? Because again, you're still at the bottom of the hierarchy. Mind you, we're still at the bottom of the hierarchy, and they're all the way, they're above us. They're up top. And I'm sure they're comfortable at the top. And so, you don't want to raise hell to make them comfortable? Oh, baby, they're already comfortable. And guess who isn't comfortable? You, us. I'll be damned if I sacrifice my comfort for a nigga that don't even see me as an equal. Because I'll tell you one thing, I'm not white and I'm not rich. And if you make me the only exception, oh, it's a problem. It is a problem. So, I'm going to do what I can while the remaining of humanity wake up. I'm going to do what I can. And I'm going to wait patiently for the revolution. You know? Anyways, I'll see y'all later, okay? Bye.